everybody. And boy, what a morning it has been so far as we have been dealing with this tropical depression, Sally. Been a real mess throughout the area, both on the roadways with some tree damage, some flooding happening on rivers and creeks throughout North Georgia. Rodney, I mean, this is what we signed up for, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, we have been telling you about it, right, for a while now. It's here. We're in
Yeah.
the heart of it, as we speak. So now it's just about getting people through the roads, Fred, tons of crashes, and everybody wants to know when this is over. When can we get back to life?
Right? Get back to some decent weather. Well, it's been raining for about 24 hours now, and we are going to continue to see. Hang on one second with me there. We are going to continue to see some rain coming down, but the heaviest stuff that is moving out of the picture. That's the good news. I want to show you in the map here. You can see these are the rainfall totals just for today. It's just since midnight, about 3 inches of rain on average around the Atlanta metro area, Rodney, and that's pretty much what we were projecting, right?
Excuse me. The coffee just went down.
Hang in there.
Absolutely the wrong way. Yeah, that is what we were predicting. And that's what we're seeing, as you said, Fred. That's unbelievable as you go into the Spalding County area down toward
Yeah.
Upson, Lamar, Pike County. Fred, you got almost 5 inches of rain circled there. You mentioned how months worth of rain, in one event, which gives it great perspective. The
Hmm.
other thing I want to bring up, and I mentioned this during the morning show, um, we are 13 inches above average. So somebody actually asked me this yesterday, which is why I made the graphic. We are a foot above average on rain, and that does not
I know.
include what's happened since midnight. So, for people who were wondering, do we need this rain? Absolutely not. We already have such a huge surplus, and then we're going to add to that, Fred, today
Yeah.
once these totals
Yeah.
become official.
Just to update that, so we're about now 15 inches above normal because the airport has seen Hartsfield Jackson has seen 3.85 inches of rain from this storm, and it's still raining. So maybe getting to 4. If it gets to 4.5, that is the full month's worth of rain for September. The normal monthly rain is 4.5 inches. That would be that full month's worth coming in just one storm. So of course, with all this rain, you turn your attention to the rivers, the creeks, the streams in our area. And this is what it looks like right now. So if you see green dot on the map, those are areas that are not at flood stage right now. Yellow means you're near flood stage. And we have one creek. I want to check on which one it is. So you can see that red dot in there. Let me see if I can. Actually, I don't have that up right now. Unfortunately, I can't look at it right now, but it's one of the creeks. It might be Peachtree Creek. I'm not positive that it's in moderate flood stage right now. And this map right here shows all of the rivers and streams and creeks that are going to be above flood stage. And there are a lot of them. We're talking about, and I have the list right here, Soap Creek, Yellow River is eventually going to get above flood stage in Lithonia, Big Creek, Nancy Creek, Big Haynes Creek, Snapfinger Creek, Suwannee Creek, Hugh Creek. So just about all of them, Rodney, I think is the bottom line here as far as who's going to see some flooding. Now, for the most part, it should be minor flooding. And those creeks, they rise and they fall very quickly. So that's a little bit of good news. Another bit of good news, Rodney, you can see this on the radar. The heaviest starting to move out.
Yeah. And that's important because a lot of people waking up this morning, you may be wondering, is this just a Netflix day, right? Like, just not going to do anything all day. So as Fred has mentioned all morning long, the rain's starting to move out now. If you have any plans later on this afternoon, this evening, or tonight, cloudy, right, Fred? Still some showers possible,
Yeah, it's
but
still
you
kind
can
of
do what you got to
dreary,
do later
but
today.
not like that. Not like it was.
Right. You can do whatever you need to do. So don't cancel any of your plans. By the way, it looks like I just issued a flash flood warning for Greene County. That just popped up on my phone. But yeah, don't cancel your plans for later on today. The rain moving out now definitely hazardous right now. In fact, a ton of traffic alerts. But especially by this evening, even though there's going to be some scattered showers, you can still do what you have to do. Fred, this was a pretty fast moving system in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, thankfully, it's starting to pick up a little bit of steam here. Sally's tropical depression has winds of 30 miles per hour. It's moving now at a closer to 15 miles per hour. Yesterday at this time was moving about 2 miles per hour. So it is, it's been hanging around, giving us this heavy rain since yesterday late afternoon and evening and through the overnight. But as you can see now, as we look at the radar here, there are still flash flood warnings around the metro area, but a lot of the heavy rain is starting to shift to the east. So in McDonough, where you've seen about 4 inches of rain, it is getting lighter. It's still coming down this morning. Also, a little farther to the north and east, still coming down and pouring right now, eastern DeKalb County, as well as through Gwinnett County, Cobb County, northern Fulton County. So up around Big Creek and Alpharetta, you're getting poured on. Big Creek will flood and coming as well. Bigger picture, and it's a little more easy to see that the end is near as far as the real heavy rain goes. The wind is still gusty, though, Rodney. It's still gusting over 30 miles per hour in Atlanta. And that's been an issue because we've had trees down on roadways this morning.
Yeah, and you brought up a great point earlier today, Fred. You don't need that terribly strong a wind whenever you have rain like this. Loosens up the soil so you
Not
can
around
get
here.
trees. Yeah, trees come down really, really easily. So it may not even seem like the wind is terribly strong and the trees still come down. We've had some terrible incidents involving trees coming down over the past 24 hours.
Right.
We had a tree that came down on 285 westbound at Candler Road. That was earlier this morning. I believe that's starting to improve. So definitely be careful with those trees, especially the smaller trees, Fred, because again, for perspective, a severe thunderstorm is 58 mile per hour winds. That the reason why it's 58 miles per hour is typically when you start to see the trees come down. But like you mentioned, here in Georgia, when it rains like this, it just doesn't take a lot of wind. So that's an
Right.
important thing to note.
Yeah, without a doubt. And the ponding on the roadways. I came in. I got here at 2 o'clock this morning, so I was driving in at 1:30 this morning, and already it was rough on the roadways, and that was prior to getting about 2 inches of rain in the Atlanta metro area. So I can imagine that it's a rough go on the roadways this morning. A lot of the tractor trailers, they're going. They got places to be regardless, so they're still on the roads, causing all of those issues. All the issues that you get when you pull up on one of those and it's pouring rain and you have a tractor trailer on your left and one on your right, and it's just kind of a harrowing thing, really, to be out there. We do need to get back to our coverage on CBS 46 in a minute, but I do want to show you this. Teddy is a Category 2 hurricane, expected to become a major hurricane and probably have an impact in Bermuda. So that'll be the second storm in a week to hit Bermuda, or at least come very close to it. Vicky is weakening. There is another disturbance that may become a tropical storm in the Atlantic, but it's actually one in the Gulf of Mexico that we're watching closely because that is very likely to become our next tropical storm. It's our last name on the list. It is Wilfred, and the projections for that storm bring it actually pretty close to the Texas coast or the Louisiana coast, and that's next week. And it looks like eventually, in a worst case scenario, what's left of that storm could come our way and bring us more rain at the end of next week. But between now and then, after we get done with today's storm, we have a great stretch. I don't know about you, Rodney, but I'm looking forward to this. What's coming our way?
This is what I call football weather, right? Football season, 50s,
Yeah.
get the grill out. Fred, I cannot wait for the weekend. I wish
Yeah.
you'd take that 30 off on Saturday, but I get it. But
Well,
I cannot wait.
It's a high 30. It's probably an aggressive 30. I think it's more, and I'm going to be honest with you, come in this morning, focuses on what's happening today. I saw the potential for a couple of showers on Saturday. I was not able, there's just not enough time to get as deep into it as we normally would. So I put a 30 on there, could be closer to 10 or 20%. But something cannot be ruled out on Saturday. I think for the most part, it's a dry weekend. Should be about 73 on Sunday, and just light wind Monday, Tuesday, 75 in the afternoon with sunshine, 50s at night. I love it. I love it.
I love it too, Fred. So hey, make sure and turn your TVs on CBS 46. Download the CBS 46 app if you don't already have it. Follow us, Fred and I, and CBS 46. You're already on Facebook. on Twitter. This is important this morning because there are a ton of crashes and it's a lot to keep up with. So if you follow us through all of our channels, we'll make sure that you get that information before you get out, if you have to get out this morning.
Indeed, and we gotta say goodbye for now because we do have to go do this cut. And by the way, I just want to let you know that real quick, and Rodney, you can get to the traffic because I know that you have to do that. But I am able now to tell you that it's the Peachtree Creek, and it did crest at about 18 feet right in Atlanta, northwest of Atlanta. Just along North Side Drive where the Peachtree Creek crosses North Side Drive. It crested about 18 feet, which is moderate flooding. So we're going to go for now. We'll continue to keep you updated, though, on Facebook Live. Take it easy. See ya.